Industrial and Professional Studies. So I hope everyone has consented to record the session, which will be later shared on with all of you, all the participants, more precisely all the registrants, about the session so that they can revise, or whoever missed could check the session. I hope that's okay. Yeah. So let us start with the session on creating or crafting an impressive legal CV. So before I start the session, there are two things. First, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Advocate Kritika, and I'm currently associated with Indian Institute of Industrial and Professional Studies as one of its co-founder and master mentor. In addition to my regular hustle of 9-to-5 job, and I am based out of Bangalore, wherein I'm working here in a MNC firm as their in-house legal counsel, as the India manager. And yeah, so that's all about me. And the second thing I would like to say about is the Indian Institute of Industrial and Professional Studies and KR Legal Recruiters. So Indian Institute of Industrial and Professional Studies is an ISO certified organization where we conduct several online workshops as well as offline workshops on contracts, POSH, professional skills development, maritime law, arbitration, and other topics of law. And we have been functional since about 5 years. I could say we are a COVID child. So this idea got boomed during COVID, and it bloomed over the years. And here we are conducting an online workshop on impressive legal CV. And KR Legal Recruiters is a legal recruiting firm which caters different needs of the companies, law firms, with regards to employment, internship, and all other stuff. And it acts as a connecting dot between the aspirants as well as the companies. So this this clubbing, or this association, we have formed a topic which is suitable for both the firm's objective, that is a legal CV. Legal CV is something which is very, very, very important for everyone. And one more disclaimer I would like to give is, just in case if there is any technical disruptions, please feel free to unmute yourself and let me know, or raise your hands, or share a thumbs up reaction, or drop a message in the chat box, so that I am aware of the technical things. As I'm sharing the screen, I'll not be able to look at the other part of the screen. Henceforth, I'm seeking your help or assistance here. So on this disclaimer, let's get started on why resume and why have. So why it is important. See, your resume is like the trailer of the movie. So when a movie is about to be released, they just don't release it directly. They first release the trailer, they release the poster, they release songs, and they try to set an expectation that this is what you can expect out of the movie. So only if we like trailer, the title, if we find it promising, only then we will be making our move towards the theater to watch that movie. Same thing with the resume also. So the resume should be good. It should be having it should be creating a long-lasting impression of yours. It could be for a job, it could be for an internship, it could be for a college application, or it could be for some project. So that's the thing about resume. It gives a picture or image that who you are and what you are capable of doing and what milestones have you achieved. So this is what a resume should scream about. And resume should be short and precise. Like the thumb rule or the golden rule of the resume is, it should be one pager. It can go up multiple pages only in case of accommodations. So that they are paper publication accommodations, so that their paper publication and the seminars that they have attended, all that could be listed, because it is very important for a teaching role or academic role to have those things. So for them, the resume can go up to 2 pages, but if not, then the resume should be strictly one pager. It is up to you how you format, how you can fill the content, and how do you prioritize what is to be there and what is not to be there. So that has to be decided by you depending on the JD. And that's the third point. Different resumes according to the job description or requirement better than a generalized one. This is a common mistake that I believe 99% of us do. That we have a standard resume, we have created one, and we will be using it to apply every job. Whatever job we are applying, we are using that one. But that's not the right way to do this in today's world. Earlier, it was like, okay, so that I have a standard resume, I've taken print out of it and I distribute it. Fine, that was like the old age one. That's the outdated strategy that is to be followed. Now the competition is too high, and also there is use of a lot of tools like ATS and other stuff to shortlist the resume. There is no human intervention here. If it is human intervention, then that would have been an okayish approach because they'll be knowing things. But ChatGPT will do only what it is told. It does not have that capability, not ChatGPT, any AI tools. It does not have that capability of going out of the box and taking the decision. It will blindly follow whatever is being told. So do not have that standardized or generalized resume which you will be using to apply to every job. Don't do it. Read the JD, what it says, and based on that, use those keywords in the resume, which we'll be studying in the last part of the session, that how to match job description with that of the resume. And next one is the picture in resume. So it might be a controversial topic, but as an experienced person in this domain for about 10 years, I firmly believe that a picture in resume is a big no. Okay, it should be added only if the HR asks for it. And also when asked, you should be adding a purely professional photo, not an AI generated image of yours, nor a selfie, or not a full scale photo. No, it has to be a passport size photo, which should be very formal. It should not be like the similar kind of ones that we use in the ID cards or something like that. It should not be a fancier one with non-formal dressing or casual dressing. I can be more precise. It should not be like that. It should be a passport size photo, in which you are dressed professionally, formally, and where it's not a selfie or something like that, a casual photo with a clear background. Some resumes I have seen, with no offense to them, they have inserted pictures that they have taken before the Honorable Supreme Court of India or the High Courts, wherever they are practicing. So that's something, no, it's not something that's advisable. So always have a resume without a profile pic. And if you really need one, if you feel that, no, I need my profile pic over there, then do ensure that you add a picture that is purely personal and that gives that classy look on the resume. And resume needn't be colorful unless you want to show off your artistic skills. Yes, see, resume should be usually black and white. The other color that you can add here is blue for the headings. Apart from that, try and check that you do not make do not add any color to the resume so that it looks very odd or something like that. Okay, and in resume, the way more on experience projects rather than the certificates. But yes, in some cases, certificates will be having an additional value. That's when you are applying as a fresher, or that is something that has come new to the domain. For example, your TPDP, like it's a new in the domain, or maybe your contract drafting or certifications, you know. If you are applying for any role related to the POSH, then yes, a POSH certification is very much mandatory, and it acts as an added advantage to the certifications. Okay, so my voice, am I audible now? Am I better now? So is it only for Akash or even others are facing it? Could you please confirm?
Yes, ma'am, your voice is little breaking.
Okay.
Ma'am, and I just had a small request. If you could explain us
Yeah.
with in reference to your CV, and you can give us a sample of your CV, so it would help us to
Yeah,
explain
yeah. I'll be
better.
doing it. I'll be. Yeah, we have just started the session, so we'll be going forward with the series. Yeah.
Thank you,
I
ma'am.
hope better now. I just changed my location. Am I better? Am I better?
No, ma'am, it is still a little breaking.
Okay, just give me a second. Mhm. Now?
Yes, ma'am, it works fine. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, we were here in experience projects and certificates. So your projects, whether there could be, for example, in some cases of, for example, you are being appointed as a POSH consultant, then you will be having confidentiality clause or no marketing clause, wherein they'll be like, no, you will not be using our name for the marketing purpose. You will not be disclosing that, this and all. And also this happens when you work as a freelancer too. So over there, you will not be able to disclose your client's name. So over there, you can have these protections and you can mention it indirectly and showcase your certifications regarding the same. And in case of multiplicity, like you have multiple things to be mentioned, but you feel that it is too much for your resume. And in those cases, what you can do is you can showcase your uh, important things which you feel that it is aligned with the JD. So you can take up that call depending on the job description, what your job description is all about. And please, for God's sake, do not mention any achievements that you have done in your 10th standard or SL, your 9th or +1, +2, unless and until it is something which is very huge. Because I have seen resumes where they have even written that won a running race in 10th standard, got first prize in 10th standard. So that is not a resume. So just
Hello.
very
Ma'am, your voice is still breaking.
okay. I don't know what's the problem with my network. Just 1 second. I'll share my screen and share it. That work fine. Just give me a moment, please. Am I better now? Is this okay? Is there still disturbance?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So we were here. Okay. So yeah. And yeah, childhood achievements is something that you should be avoiding of in your resume. Do not mention things related to the same. And be genuine to your resume, because all your questions will be in and around the resume. And background check is something which is done very diligently with the companies. They will ask you for your job profile that you are handling and all other stuff. So be very careful. Do not fake anything on your resume, and include your profile and project links in LinkedIn. Okay, so LinkedIn is something they check to see what kind of person it is, what's your personality and all other things. So your LinkedIn has a major role. Have an active LinkedIn profile. Be very mindful of what you comment, what you like, share, because LinkedIn is very transparent. Your profile will be shown, your profile will be showing everything. Okay. So now we'll be looking into some resume crafting structure. So the first and foremost thing is resume structure and formatting. Be very careful to mention the contact information. That is something which is very, very, very mandatory in your resume. I have seen some resumes wherein they do not write their phone number, they do not write their email ID, and they tell that if required, will be shared and all other stuff. Do not do that. Do ensure that you write your contact name, your contact number correctly, and also email ID in the resume. Sometimes they may not be able to get the cover letter or the email. They'll be having only the resume. So think as a HR and always do provide your contact information. That is 3 things. One is your phone number. Second one is your email ID. And third one is your this one, what is that, LinkedIn profile. And when I speak about the email ID, I personally always suggest to use the personal email ID. You can use your official email ID if you're a student for the communication purpose, but still use the personal email ID, because sometimes your resume will be halted with someone. And if you are using the college email ID, once you get out of the college, move out of the college, you will be having no longer access to those emails. So that will be a problem to you to connect with those people or extract any information. So always use your personal email as well. And then professional summary is very important. Never write I or any personal pronouns in your resume. This you have to keep in your mind. There is no usage of personal pronouns in the resume. It has to be in a third person manner. So I'll show you how to do that in our next slides. Work experience is supposed to be written very carefully. And when writing the order, highest work experience or the recent one will be at the top, followed by the other orders. So it will be in the recent, like if it is 2025 work, 2024, 23, 22, it will go like that. Same case with the education also. Always write your highest degree in the first thing. Then it will go to the lower degree. Here you can mention about your SLC or second PU marks also. That is okay. That is something people even look out for, like how much they have scored in their PU or SLC board. That's up to you to write or not to write. But ensure you write about your LLB, your LLM, or if you have done any degree before LLB and done 3 years LLB, don't miss to write about that. Skills, you can split into technical skills and other soft skills. Technical skills, you can write all of these stuff. Soft skills, you can write your communication and other things. Additional sections, it will depend on the kind of role you are applying in. For example, if you are applying for any lecturer role, then you have to write about the paper publications or the conference attended. Or if you are applying for any project, then you have to write the projects that you have done. If you are applying for any freelancer role, then you have to write related to that one. Okay, or if you're sending your resume to get some litigation work, then there you have to write something about the relevant cases that you have taken. And what should be the resume content? It should be precisely about the achievements and results that you have done, and followed by keywords and phrases. Again, keywords we will discuss in our last slide, like how to extract keywords from the JD and why it is important. Then again, tailoring your resume. This I've told earlier also. I think I'm repeating it for the nth time. Do not have a generalized resume. Tailor your resume for every job that you apply. If you're really serious about the job and if you really want it, then you have to change it according to the JD. Only then it will be shortlisted. I'll tell you why. Because when you apply for a job description, the first thing that it undergoes is an ATS screening or resume matcher screening, some tool that the HR uses. So they'll be looking into that resume. That tool will be analyzing how the what is the percentage in which the resume and the job description are in alignment with. So if the alignment score is certain level, maybe 70%, 80%, only then the resume will be moving towards the HR for the particular screening. Because for a job, more than 100 people will be applying. So it is not practically possible for the HR to do the first level of screening of those all the 100 resumes. What he or she will be doing is, okay, let me screen the first top 90% ones. Then let me go to the 80%. If I'm not satisfied, then let me go to the 70%. So that's how the things work. So it is very important to get that good scoring and your resume to be shortlisted. And yeah, next one is how to tailor your job. This is very important. See, you have to identify the key requirements and match your experience. You have to see what is the key requirement that the job description is being asking for. And then how is it matching with your experience? How can you tell that you are the right candidate? You have to do that. Then you have to adjust your professional summary. You have to tell how you are relevant to that particular job description, and then revise your work experience. Okay, so you have to change it accordingly, and then highlight relevant skill. So you have to show what are the job specific skills that you are having. Suppose if they are telling that you should be well versed with the contract management tool of Ariba or iCertis, then you have to show in your resume that you have worked in those tools, so that ATS captures it very quickly, and it will be like, see, this person has worked in iCertis, this person has worked in Ariba, this person knows Sapphire, so let us shortlist them. So your score gets higher and higher. Okay, so this is very important to tailor your job applications. First one is match the key requirements with that of your job experience, that you have done relevant job, and then tailor your professional summary, revise it, and then add in your skills, whatever they are looking forward for. So we'll see how to do that. Once I finish the theoretical part, I'll be moving all together to the practical ones. Okay. So what are the common mistakes to avoid? Again, the first thing that I'm telling is generic applications. Do not do the generic applications. Write the applications customized, tailor ones. And lack of clarity and focus, don't do that. See, sometimes we randomly apply for 101 jobs. Don't do it. Okay, so what I tell is like, see, that there will be some jobs which will be like, okay, fine, let me take a chance. If I'm shortlisted. But there are some jobs which you want to take up genuinely. Then under those cases, you have to apply there very seriously, and you have to show that how serious you are for that particular job. Typos and errors are a big no in the resume. Never ever write or make any kind of typographical errors or any mishap in the resume. What they feel is like, okay, so this person had to do was one page of resume and there is error in that. Okay, now what if we entrust him with highly confidential or highly critical jobs? So that kind of image that will get into the mind of recruiter, HR, manager, whomsoever is looking at the resume. Because in our legal field, there is very less scope of entertaining any kind of errors in the resume. And overloading with information. Do not overload any kind of information in the resume. Just make it one pager, brief thing. That is sufficient. When I say overloading with the information, I also mean that do not write all the moot courts that you have participated. Do not write all the volunteering activities that you have done. Do not write about all the workshops that you have attended. Write about the moot courts or workshops that you have attended, which is in relationship with the JD. That's all. Okay, so if the job is related to some real estate thing and you have attended some conference or workshop on property law, or you have presented some paper over there, then you can write, okay, so I have done this. Do not overload any kind of information which is not asked for. And formatting, this is really important. You have to do formatting of the resume. It should be Times New Roman font, size should be 12, and line spacing should be 1.5. This size and line spacing, you can adjust it depending on the content to adjust the content in the one page of the A4 size. But the font style, there is no compromise. It has to be Times New Roman. Do not write your name in all the cursive fancy letters. Not everyone will have the time and patience to read it, to interpret it, to see what kind of spelling it is. They'll like simply chalte firo, like what is this, what this person has written, God knows, I'll check it later, and your resume will be forgotten. So don't do that. And yes, as I said, there is no personal pronouns I, we, you in the resume. It shall not be there. Okay, it has to be whatever you write, it has to be without usage of the word personal, any of the personal pronouns. If you ask me why is this rule, I do not have a specific answer, but all I know is personal pronouns are to be avoided in the resume. There is no I, you, we, they in the resume. Family details. See, they will ask it in the second stage when the resume is shortlisted and gone further in the HR rounds. Do not write about your marital status or your father name, mother name, caste, belief, and all other stuff. You can write your nationality, provided you are applying for that kind of role. Okay, somewhere you are applying in US, UK, Dubai, or someplace, there you can write your nationality and you can mention those details. Okay, but not these details like what's your caste, what you are married, unmarried, your kid's name, your father's name, mother's name, your address. No, you can write your location if you are applying for a different place. Now, for example, I'm here currently based out in Bangalore, and I want to apply for some job in Noida. Then I have to write it. Not that I can, but I have to write it that my current location, Bengaluru, willing to relocate. Okay, so in bracket I can write that willing to relocate, and also in the email body also I will write that. Okay, I understand that I am currently based out in Bangalore, but I'm willing to relocate to Noida. So only when it is required, you have to give those details. Apart from that, do not provide any kind of family or personal details unless and until it is asked for it. Okay, so that automatically your resume will come down. And also I have seen some people's habit of writing contact full address where they write their phone number, email ID. It is not required. Your full address is not required anymore. You can give it only when you are shortlisted and moving further. Okay, so please do not provide those details. In contact information, your address is not required, only phone number, email ID, and LinkedIn profile. That is sufficient. That's more than sufficient. Please do not add your please do not add your full address or any kind of family details. Okay, and what should be the size of letter that is to be used in the CV? See, ideally, it should be 12. But however, depending on the content, you can make it up to 10, but not less than 10, because it will be very less. It will not be readable. So aim for 10, aim for 12 and make it 10. You can compromise, you can settle for 10, but not less than that. So after the resume, the important thing is either cover letter or email body. See, I am not very specific about cover letter that it has to mandatorily go, because these days cover letter is something that is outdated, I would say, because we have the email body which acts in itself as a cover letter. So yes, you can consider your email body as a cover letter, and what you have to do is you have to write it very detailed. That is very, very important. So it will be like header, introduction, body, and conclusion. So in your header, you will be providing greetings, that hi, hello, and all other stuff. And then you will be followed up by an introduction, that who you are, what you are doing, 2-3 lines about you, and then followed by the body of the email, like you have come across this post and you think that you are a suitable candidate, and what makes you think that you are a suitable candidate, and also if they have asked any specific information that is to be provided, then you have to provide in the company, in the cover letter or the email body, followed by conclusion, where you have to mention your contact number, okay, or email ID, that you will be reachable on this number via WhatsApp or via regular call, and also you will be accessible via email to this email ID. And if you have any specific duration requirement that they should be contacting you at this particular duration, then yes, you can do that. You can mention it very politely in the cover letter or the email body. And again, this is not something which you copy and paste for every company. This, I think, I have heard a lot from Pavitra also, like even with the KR recruiters firm, she very specifically asked me to mention it, that people, they just copy and paste, in which it is very clear that they have applied for some other role in some other company, and they have just pasted here. So she's like, no, I'm not going ahead with that resume, because it is something which is very basic to look after, that which company you are applying for. This is something which is very, 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 very crucial. Suppose if my name is Kritika, and if somebody calls me with some other name, imagine Bhagyalakshmi or Subbalakshmi, something like that, then I'll be offended. I'll like, oh, you work with me, or you want to work for me, but still you don't know my name. What is this? So that is something which is a very personal thing. So when you are applying for any kind of company, do ensure that you write their name correctly. Even if you're copy and pasting the cover letter structure, ensure that you make that cuts and copies, and then you send the resume. And also you have to tailor the role, especially with the subject line. You should be very specific. We should be very careful that which job role you are applying for. Okay. Yeah, there was someone who was raising their hands. Sorry, I just missed that person. I got a notification that someone raised their hand.
Hello, ma'am. Question. So,
Yeah.
ma'am, if we are attaching a cover letter, do we need to write the email body? And now conversely, if we are writing the full email body, it is like basically cover letter itself, do we need to attach the cover letter separately again?
See, here the thing is, like, irrespective of the fact whether you have a cover letter or not, you should be writing these things in the email body. There is no compromise in it. You cannot send a blank email with only resume and the cover letter. And the second thing is, cover letter is not something which is very mandatory. If you have put up all the information in the email body, then you can definitely skip cover letter. Some companies, they specifically ask for cover letter with some sample writings and other stuff. There you have to give the cover letters. But if you write these things in the email body, it itself serves as a cover letter.
And ma'am, additionally, how long should the cover letter be in like words or paragraphs, ma'am?
Yeah, as I said here, 4 paragraphs: header, introduction, body, and conclusion.
And ma'am, like, sorry to ask again, the word count, ma'am, should be about like what, 200, ma'am, 500.
Like half a page.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, like half a page is sufficient.
Ma'am, I had a doubt.
Yeah, Gaurav.
Ma'am, like you said, if we are writing for which position we are applying on the email body,
Mhm.
so you mean there is no need for cover letter?
See, if you have put up all those information in the email body, you can definitely skip the cover letter, because cover letter and the email body are read parallelly these days. Just because you
And-
have put the cover letter, you cannot send a blank email without any email body, because, you know, if you think from the perspective of HR, instead of downloading multiple files, they would like to read the email. Okay, how the
Okay.
things work is they attach attach the email, attach the resume, and then they forward it further. So that's how the things work.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Now the important thing is email ID. So this thing I always tell everyone, that whenever you create an email ID, ensure that it is professional. Okay. So you can have one of your fantasy email for your regular stuff, for Instagram or Facebook, or you can have that. But whenever you are applying for resume, ensure that you have a good email ID. Like, this is the tentative email IDs I have taken. No offense to someone if it is theirs. flying_@gmail.com, dadsprincess@gmail.com. No, this does not sound good. This does not sound appealing, or this does not give a long lasting impression. Always have your email with your name. You know, imagine a situation where the HR wants to search your email ID. Okay. And it's like, yeah, I know this person. What is this person name? Or, for example, Shushmita. Okay, I know this Shushmita, but what's her email ID? She will be searching here and there, here and there. But this Shushmita has an email ID of datsprincess@gmail.com. This again, the HR will be ended up getting confused. Oh, I'm not able to find this person, and they'll be like, okay, let me go to some other person, let me finish something else. So your resume will come down. And also sometimes there are some people like who are very specific about these things. Like, also it gives a kind of impression that what kind of professionalism that you have. So always have a good, decent email ID. See, Flying Star, Dad's Princess, and are also good and decent, but they are not much of professionalism. Okay, it does not showcase one's professional skills, like how polished you are. So always have an email ID which is showcasing your name. Like, if you ask me, even in my college days, I was having a different email ID, which was like altogether a different one. Then later, one of the professionals told me that, see, your your email is little not in alignment with this thing. So have an email which showcases what you are. Then I created one new email ID, Advocate Kritika, advkritika@gmail.com. And since then, I have been using that resume. So this is something that I have learned from my own mistakes, and I was given feedback that your resume is not, your email ID is not such appealing. It is not going in line and all other stuff. So when I got my resume reviewed in the initial days. So this is what I've been telling since then. Have a good email ID. Have a professional email ID so that it replicates your persona and it shows you're capable of handling these kind of posts. Yeah. And moving next, here we have one resume. So I'll be showing you how it is, what it is. So this is one of the resume, which is for HR related post. So you can see the full name here, mobile, email, and then location. Okay. And then education, I have masked here as it's a personal data, and then followed by additional skills. What are the skills this person is having? HR administration, payroll and MIS management, EPF, attention to detail, and all other stuff. Okay, and languages known: English, Kannada, Hindi, Telugu, Malayalam. Now this has been added because this is for the HR role. So in HR role, people prefer a multilingual person because there will be employees from different zones of the country or those zones of the state. So they want to have a multilingual person who will be able to connect with the employees in their language. And then this is career objective. This can be even written as a professional summary. To obtain a challenging and rewarding position that encourages application of knowledge and makes significant contribution to the success of the company. And then followed by, you have experience here. The role, the designation is HR administration, and where the place of work, followed by tenure, and whatever the work he or she was handling. Interview scheduling, induction and exit formalities, MIS, EPF, payroll management. And then before that, deputy HR manager, tenure, so and so, interview scheduling, the same kind of role here and there. And then here also there was one more experience which I have masked, and then followed by declaration. Again, declaration is something which is, declaration and signature is something which you can add if there is space in the resume. Sorry. If you don't add it, it's not something that is a grave mistake that you have done. It is an optional thing, and if you have space, you can then later on add your photo also as an optional thing. If not, then go for declaration and signature part. If there is space, only if there is space. Do not force and create space for declaration and signature. It's okay without that also. Okay, and then we'll see what is outstanding in this resume. It is professionally formatted. If you see, there is uniform formatting for all the headings. It is blue in color, and the bullet points are same kind for every pointers. There is no different bullet points, like one is arrow, one is numbered, one is circle. No, it is all same throughout the things. And the line spacing, alignment, it is all properly formatted. Add keywords. Here the keywords are added. These are the keywords depending on the resume that we have seen. That I'll also show how to identify the keywords in the upcoming ones. And no spelling mistake. That is something which is highlighting here. There is not even a single spelling mistake that is done. And no personal details like religion, marital status, and all. Do not add those things. Though here location is mentioned, just which part of, just Bengaluru, Karnataka. That's all. The district and the place, and the language is known. You can add one more thing here, proficiency level. That is up to you to add or not to add. Here the person has not added. It's okay. It's definitely not a wrong thing to do. And yeah, so this is what we done. And now, before we go to the identifying key things, we will be studying about kinds of experience. This is very important for us. I'll tell you why. See here, now total experience, relevant experience, industry experience. So these are the three kinds of experiences that we have. Here we have a case study. Mr. Beam has professional experience spanning 11 years. Okay, his total experience is 11 years. Including 5 years as an accountant at a hospital, 3 years as an accountant head at consultancy firm, and 3 years as a lecturer. So his 11 years is divided as 5 plus 3 plus 3. Now he has applied for the role of accountant in a hospital, in a different hospital. So as an HR of that particular hospital, how I will look into his 11 year of experience. The first I will look into is total experience. Okay, he has total experience of 11 years. out of which relevant experience. Relevant experience means you have done the similar kind of job. Here I will take it as 8 years because it is 5 plus 3. 5 years of accountant at a hospital, 3 years as an accounts head at the consultancy firm. Now, I'm not considering the 3 years where he worked as a lecturer because it is not a similar job. As a lecturer, you were teaching students how it is to be done, what is to be done. Where in other 8 years, you have done it yourself. So for me, the relevant experience is only 8 years. And then industry experience. Industry experience is the industry in which he has worked on. Now he has worked at a hospital for 5 years. And being a HR or recruiter at hospital, I will consider the relevant, the industry experience as 5 years. Now, if he had applied in an educational sector, then I will be considering his industry experience as 0. Because he has never worked in an educational setup as an accountant. Though he has worked as a lecturer, he did not do the work of an accountant, right? The work of an accountant and lecturer is totally different. So again, for me, the industry experience would be 0. So these are the 3 kinds of experiences that we have to understand. And in the job description, this will be specifically called out. What is, if they have mentioned total experience, relevant experience, or industry experience. And if you use these words in the resume or in the email body, right? So it will give a good impression. Along with that, it will be more convincing to the recruiter to shortlist your resume for the interview. See, what I personally believe is cracking interview is comparatively easy rather than getting your resume shortlisted. Okay, getting your resume shortlisted is a big task because there will be hundreds of people. In interviews, there will be only 10-15 people, competition-wise. So you should be knowing these terms, what they have called for in the job description, whether it is total experience or relevant experience or industry experience. And also when you look out for the jobs, always try and see that you stay in the same industry unless and until you are not looking for a career shift or you are in the similar kind of the relevant experience. For example, if you start your career with mergers and acquisition or arbitration, do ensure that you continue the same in your upcoming jobs also. Do not shift from arbitration to contracts or from contract to arbitration, because again, your experience flow will be disturbed. Now that's completely okay if you want to take risk or if you want to have a career shift or change in your specialization, that's okay, which you are doing it willingly. But unwillingly, if you're doing or just randomly looking for jobs, or then do not dilute your resume. Okay. For example, now in doctors, we have cardiologist. He will only look at the heart. Okay, will he do the work of an orthopedic surgeon? No, he will not do. He will be like very sticking on the point that I'm a cardiologist and I'm going to do this. Similar way, even in our profession also, in our domain also, there is specializations. So yeah, if you change your specializations with every job, then your resume will be a little diluted one. Now, here we are at an example. Okay, here we are at an example of, did someone raise their hand? Yeah, Gaurav.
Ma'am, I had a doubt. Like for experimentation purposes, there was some stability concern in my CV. I had made frequent switches in very short period of time. For every switch in every job experience in bracket, I had written for the reason for the change. So is it a good practice, or what is your comment on that?
See, some companies, they don't prefer career switches because they believe that this person, we are going to invest a lot on this person, we are going to train him and he is going to leave the job or change the job in just 1 year. Then again, the company has to incur additional costs in finding a person. So yeah, I would definitely suggest not to change job frequently. okay, not just like not shifting in 1 year. Okay, so at least work there for 1.5 years. And after that 1.5 years, start looking out for a job, which you will be eventually finding after 2 years. Like you will take at least 1 or 2 months to find a job, shortlist, and then again 2 months of or 1 month of notice period. So you can do that way, but not before that. With me, the trend has been like I have ensured that with every company I work for about 3 years. So I have been following that rule. But I strongly believe that if you shift your job at least once in 2 years, provided you are not seeing the desired growth or the professional enrichment over there, then you can grow easily in your career. That is
But
also
for
there.
but for every switch, if I'm writing the reason in my CV,
No, you
so
need not write the reason in the CV. You can skip that part. If suppose if you have worked there for only like 3 months, 4 months, then you may have to write a reason. Or if there is any career break, then you may have to call it out. But for the other part, I don't think you have to write the reason.
okay, so if there is 3-4 months, I have to write the reason. And if there is switch after 6 months, if the work exists for more than 6 months, so I need not to write the reason, you mean?
Yeah, this is what even I feel. If it is for 6 months, then if it is for less than 6 months, then it is good if you write the reason there, that why have you shifted. And if it is only for the growth perspective, then I would say that don't write it. They may think that, okay, now if we hire him and within 2 months he got one more job, then he will definitely leave it. If it is because of some health reason or some locational concern or some family issues, then that's fine. But if it is for the purpose of the growth, then I am not much convinced to write it.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, because it gives a kind of impression that yeah, this person may leave a job at any point of time. What if he gets immediate job placement somewhere, or where if he gets some new jobs? So there is that risk always.
Okay.
Yeah. So if it is for other
Thank you,
purposes,
ma'am.
then it's fine, but not definitely for growth reason. See, think as a HR, like, or a recruiter. How would they feel looking at your job, or how are they gonna react? So that will help you to take that conscious decision of what to do and what not to.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll come to the last part, the last practical part, wherein I'll be showing you through the JD and the keywords, how to select and what is the thing that you have to mention in your resume. So here we have a job description. The position is for the legal counsel. Location is Bangalore. Qualification is LLB, LLM from a recognized university. 5 to 8 years of post-qualification experience in a reputed law firm and or in-house legal counsel department. Key responsibilities include business partnering for the commerce function, transactions, draft, review, and negotiate wide range of commercial contracts, including distribution, agency, service, and real estate related agreements with minimum supervision. Provide legal advice to business teams on various operational and exercise related matters. Proactively implement risk mitigation actions in cross collaboration with internal stakeholders. Dispute management, handle litigation at various forums across country. Dispute with third parties, statutory notices received, administration proceedings, etc. To avoid adverse impact on business continuity or reputation. Champion antitrust and IPR related matters, conduct periodic trainings and sensitization programs to employees. ATS assist in drafting and implementing internal policies, SOPs. SOPs is standard operating procedures and framework, and legal research on relevant laws, regulation, and industry trends affecting the business. Maintaining various form of MIS, global platforms, and periodic updation and reporting. Now, for the fact that all your interview questions will be related on this particular job description. Okay, so it is in and around this particular job description. So your questions will be on dispute management, or your questions will be on internal policies, on MIS, something like that. Now, let us look at the keywords. So I have chosen top 5 resume keywords that is to be there according to this particular job description. Commercial contract drafting and negotiation. So here they have clearly said that they need a person who is good at commercial drafting. So this wording should be there in your resume. That yes, in any of the job roles or in your skills part, if you're not able to fit in this particular thing in the job description, then you can add it in the skills part, that commercial contract drafting and negotiation. Then business partnering and legal advisory role. Okay, so here they have said that there should be a person who's good on cross collaboration, internal stakeholders. So all of these points, it is called as business partnering. Okay, so you are good at partnering at business internally and externally, and then providing legal advising. Okay, so they have told that you should be knowing about the laws, regulation, industry trends, all of the things. And then they have clearly called for someone who is good at dispute management and litigation management. So even these things should be there in your resume. And then regulatory compliance. And they have even very clearly asked that there should be someone who has worked in antitrust laws, who has worked in IPR-related matters or exercise-related matters. So you have to add this particular point. Okay, you can add it as one of the job descriptions that you have done in your previous company, or if it is not anywhere, then you can add it in the skills part. And then policy drafting, SOPs, and legal research. Yes, this is also should be there in your resume. So these 5 words are something that are in direct alignment with that of the job description. Now, with these keywords, if your resume reaches ATS tool, then it will definitely match with the job description, and your resume will one of the top matches. Okay, in LinkedIn and all, you will get this notification, right? In LinkedIn, Naukri and all, like there is a job description which is 90% matching your resume and which is a perfect match to you. So they do tell that it's perfect match to our resume based on these keywords that we have added in the resume. Okay, so it's very important for us to add the keywords in the resume. So either in any of the work experiences you can add, or you can add it in the skill part, or you can add it in the professional summary part. So over there you can add it and you can blend it in your resume so that it is shown over there. And also the HR while reading this, or even the interviewer while reading this, will be knowing that yes, this person has experience in this particular thing. Okay, so is this clear, identifying the keywords? Any question on this? Okay, so now next question is how to tailor your resume to match this particular JD. What are the things that you are supposed to add? First thing that you are supposed to add is the experience. Okay, so your total experiences, that is PQE, is post-qualification experience, that has to be shown in your resume. You can add this in the professional summary, that I have so and so of years of, experienced professional with 6 years of PQE. Okay, so that matches the job description immediately in the first meet itself, because in the first eyesight, okay, this person has this much of experience, fine, let us shortlist it. So it is very important to call out whether your experience is matching with the required experiences or not. See, sometimes your experiences may not be matching, but still you can showcase it. Okay, so this is the kind of experience I have. there can be chances that if they do not find anyone with that exact number of experience that they are looking for, they can settle with someone less. Do not just apply so that there is a little less experience that you have. For example, here they have said that someone with 5 to 8 years of experience. If you have 4 year or 3 year of experience, go take a chance and apply. They may come down. Or if you have 10 year of experience, go take a chance and apply. So it could be either ways. Need not be the thumb. It should not. It is not a thumb rule that it has to be exactly the same experiences. But if it is like +1, +2 years or -2 years, that should be an absolute fine. Now, if they're looking for someone at 5 or 8 years and you have an experience of 1 year, then there are like very negligible amount of chances that your resume will be shortlisted. But yes, if it is something 4, 3, then there are chances that your resume could be shortlisted. And then the next expectation is they want someone who has work experience in a law firm or in-house legal department. So you have to make sure that it is evident on your resume that you have worked in a law firm or you have worked as an in-house legal counsel in some of the company, any of the company. Okay, and it need not be your immediate job or the current job that you are working in. It could be your immediate previous job also where you have worked in a law firm. Even that is also fine. But you cannot tell that my first job was in law firm and this is my 5th job. See, that does not give that kind of relevancy. So if it is the current job, it's well and good. If it is immediately previous job, then even then it is good. The previous 3 jobs are the one that is taken into consideration for background check, for checking out your experiences and all other stuff. So your previous 3 jobs, if it is in this one, then yes, do highlight it. And just in case if it is not such reputed law firm or something like that, then even then put a word about this particular firm or the office wherever you have worked, that it has these many things and this is what it is, and it is nowhere less than any other company. And also, if you're not in-house, not given title as an in-house legal counsel also, then ensure that you put up those kind of relevant experiences in the work done job. Okay, that will add a weightage. And now here, the next one is education. And they have very clearly said that we want LLB or LLM. So if you are having an LLM, then that's an added advantage here because they have asked for LLM too. So now if they have asked for LLM, then there are high chances that they'll be giving a priority to you. Okay. And here, while writing the qualification, writing the year of completion is very much mandatory for 2 things. The first one is it is mandatory otherwise also for all the resumes that you have to write when you have completed your qualification or when you completed your master's, the year of graduation. And then in the experience part, they have not told about relevant experience, total experience and all other things. They have asked for post-qualification experience. Okay, so you have to specifically mention the year of completion so that it is in alignment with the total PQV that you have mentioned. So these are the things that you have to, this could be something which is very minor, but plays a very, very important role when it comes to the shortlisting of resume. And then align with job role location, Bangalore. Yes. See, now here it has very clearly stated that the location is in Bangalore. Suppose you are in Indore and you are applying for this role. And if you showcase that your job location is Indore, then again the HR has to connect to you and ask, this job is in Bangalore, are you willing to relocate or what? Or even your ATC could automatically reject it if they have given an intimation or a filter that select people only who are in Bangalore or only from Bangalore or some geographical restriction, then your resume will not shortlist at all. So do mention that your current location is Bangalore if it is in the contact part, like I shown in the previous things. And also if you are from some other state, write your job, your location, Indore, and then in bracket write that willing to relocate. Okay, now in this case, what happens is the HR will be knowing that yes, this person is willing to relocate to Bangalore if shortlisted. And so your one round of discussion is reduced here just by adding one information. I have seen people who have applied for a job role and then they ask where is the location. You know, that gives a kind of impression that, oh, this person has just applied for the sake of applying and is not aware that which job he is applying for or she is applying for, or where the work location is, what it is. It is just applying for the sake of applying. Okay, so it should not be like that. You have to look at the job location, where it is, and additionally, you have to put that particular information over there. And when it goes to the HR round, then they will be asking you, why are you willing to relocate? Do you have something here, there, and all other stuff? Okay, and also you can write the same thing in the email body also, that I'm willing to relocate because of so and so reason, or I'm okay with the relocation, and for the sake of growth perspective, even that could be also a reason for the relocation. And end-to-end handling and stakeholder coordination, even this you have to add it in the resume. Now you can make a separate part like soft skills, and you can write over there that you have all these things, you have all these skills. You have communication skill, you are a team player, and you have worked cross-functionally, and other things you can add it in the skills part. And also you can add it in the job descriptions that you have done earlier. If you have worked in any kind of reporting systems, you can do that. And when I speak about reporting system in the skills part, you have to add Microsoft tools. Microsoft Office tools. It could be Excel, Word, PowerPoint. So that gives a kind of impression that yes, this person is well aware of the tools and he can handle the things. So now here I have taken the only 5 points while considering which is very much important to tailor for this resume, so that your ATS score or the similarity index or the matching score with that of the job description and the resume is increased. This is very important, very crucial, because see, if you open any of the job description, job ad in LinkedIn, you can see 100 plus applicants, 200 plus applicants. How do you think they shortlisted? It is not definitely possible to open every resume and check, or they cannot be doing following a procedure where I'll open 100 applicants first and then let me see, I'll open the first 10 who have already sent. No, it does not work that way. It works through the ATS tool. They do the resume matching thing and they see if the resume is in alignment with that of the JD or not. And sometimes some law firms and all who does not have ATS tools or who does not have a dedicated HR system, they have their own ways of shortlisting. It's like they'll be telling that we want resumes with this subject line, and we want resumes with these email body, with these email content. Only then they will be shortlisting. They'll be even looking at your resume. Now, if you ask me, I'm not sure how aware you are with reference to the job ads that is posted by KR Legal Recruiters. They always mention that please do use this specific subject line in the email. So when that subject line is searched, they do shortlist only those resumes. Only those resumes, those emails will be considered and they will be taken forward. The basic rule is that, see, applying for the job is something which is very serious thing. So you should be reading things. And there is no other alternate for reading the job description or reading the job application instructions that is provided. So it has to be in alignment with that of the instructions. So I could tell that that's a kind of the first stage, or the first interview is done while applying for the post itself. That's the first interview, guys. Trust me when I say this. That's the first round of interview. Job application in itself is the first round of interview. there is no other say in that one, because you have to apply in such a way that it gets shortlisted and you get a call from there. And then followed by the email body. So if the content should be there in the email body, that how you are in alignment with this, or how you are okay to the JD, and how you can provide justice to this particular role. So only those things form a major role in getting your resume shortlisted. And once your resume is shortlisted, then it's a good go for you. Then all that matters is your skill. How good are you at interviews? How good are you at presenting yourself, at answering the queries that are raised, and how is all these things, and all the things are functioning. Okay, and then the HR round, this is how the interview goes. But the first and very crucial stage is getting your resume shortlisted and getting a call for the interview. And these are some of the things that you have to follow to get shortlisted and to get a call. And I will not tell that it is not not the like definite rule that you do this and you get the call. No, again, you have to amend your strategies depending on the job role that you are applying for, or if you are applying for an internship, or if you are asking for referrals. So again, you have to mix and match the strategies here and there. And also you have to be very good at editing the resumes, and that is tailoring the resume to match every job application that you apply for. And when doing that, don't save your files as, for example, my name is Kritika, Kritika new, Kritika with so dated resume. No, it should not be like that. It should be Kritika underscore CV or Kritika underscore resume, or I would prefer it that way, my name in the first part and resume in the second part, so that when the person searches, it is easier for him to identify. Or resume underscore Kritika, it is up to you, but I personally follow Kritika underscore resume. So I have a question here. Ma'am, what exactly write on an email body, like apart from greeting, introduction, including a name, degree, and college name? Yeah, you can write those information. Where is this? Yeah. So you have to write the header, that is start with a greeting salutation, and then introduce yourself, like what are you, where are you put up, how much year of experience you are having. And if there is anything in the JD, like in the JD that we saw, it has asked for 6 to 8 years of post-qualification experience. You can mention it over there that I have these experiences in the introduction. And then body, about the job role, and then write how and why you think that you are a suitable candidate for this post. Do write those information. And then in the conclusion part, write that you will be available on this particular phone number or email ID, and if you have any preferred time to call, you can write about that also. And then some people also do write about notice period, that this is the amount of notice period I'm having. So if I'm shortlisted, I'll be able to join. This you can highlight if you are an immediate joiner, because some companies, they'll be desperately looking for immediate joiners. So if you're an immediate joiner, do highlight it in the cover structure. Do not write it anywhere in the resume that you are an immediate joiner. Do write it in the cover letter or the email body that you can join within the stipulated time, or you are an immediate joiner. So you can do that one. Okay, so these things you can write in the cover letter or in the email body. And also some people in the body, they write that why do they work for that company. That is something which is up to you to write or not to write. I will not tell that this is a wrong method or a right method, a right thing to write. It is up to your discretion. Yeah, and proofread it. Do not copy and paste the same thing for everyone. Do make changes. Could you please explain the industry experience again? Yeah, sure. So we have industry experience here. See here, industry experience is 5 years, because he has worked at the hospital and he is applying for a job role in the hospital only. So industry experience is wherein if you're working for an IT company, your industrial experience will be counted in an IT industry. And from there, if you switch to a hospitality industry, then that will be a different one. Now you can ask me why people are segregating and asking on industry experiences. There are industry specific laws. Okay, now suppose if a company, if it's an IT company, it will be coming under Shops and Establishment Act. Okay, so there will be compliance related to Shops and Establishments Act, the rules, working time, and all other things. And from an IT industry, you apply for a factory. Then there you have a different industry, that is a factory, because, and also the rules will be totally different. You will be working under the Factories Act, you will be covered under the Factories Disputes Act and Industrial Disputes Act, and then Minimum Wages Act. So there will be so many other acts that will be coming into place. Now that we have codes, those codes will be coming into place. And from there, if you switch into an educational industry, you have totally different set of rules. You have UGC, and then you have the State Education Department, and you have different accrediting bodies like BCI or NAC, and also the kind of courses that you are offering. Depending on that, you have different accrediting bodies. So therefore, industry experience is also counted. How good you are at educational industry, how much of years you have worked in that, so you know what are the laws that are applicable. How much of years have you worked in the IT industry? And if you have seen or if you have witnessed any interviews related to the contract domain, then they ask, what kind of contracts have you worked on? Have you worked on commercial contracts? Have you worked on IT contracts? Or have you worked on IT or these kind of like reseller agreements, confidentiality agreements, all other things. I hope that's clear. I have cleared the industry experience. One more, you are giving sample of a job resume, but for a legal firm and other legal internships, we have to write past internship experience. For that, we have to explain the roles and tasks we have done there. So my question is, should we write the task and rules in pointers and bullet points only, just as to have written in your resume, or should we write in small sentences? See, that's again, I would tell that it's up to your discretion. How do you want to write it? And I will not suggest, definitely not suggest to write in the lengthy paragraphs, like in one lengthy paragraphs, I'll finish it. No, you can definitely make it small sentences. That's definitely okay. And if you want to make it in the pointers, even then that's fine. So there is no rule that you have to write like that only or like this only. So it's definitely fine to write it in small sentences or in bullet points. Ma'am, I do have a question regarding my job experience. Considering my role has been into 2 years of litigation with 2.5 years of experience and 1.5 years in CLM, where I have done multiple things in diverse subjects. Now, if I include all of them into them, it gets lengthy description and comes to the second page. But if I do not mention them, then how to write about my accomplishments? And this is apart from internships, which have been in multiples during my law college. See, there you have to set your priorities. What is in alignment with your job description? Now, see here, this is a job description that you have. And if the experiences, if any of the work experiences, you feel that this is majorly in alignment with that, then definitely write more about that. Now, for example, you have some experiences in merger and acquisition. In a firm, you have done only that one. Then you can reduce the things there. Okay, you can reduce the thing. Maybe you can write only about 2 pointers. And internships also, you can just write that you have done internship in these firms. If you feel that the job description and whatever the internship that you have done is not in alignment with each other. Now, for example, in one of my law college internships was one internship I did in an NGO, and the other one internship I was, for a month, I was in the police station doing internship over there. So if you ask me how they are going to be related to each other. No, they are not going to be related to each other. So what I will do is I will write one liner about my internship at an NGO. Like, this is the NGO, I have done these works there. Okay, and then maybe I got permission for them to do some kind of strike, do some of awareness campaign. So I can write that in one liner. And then my police station internship, I can even there, that one also I can write in one liner. So I have to play with my contents according to my job description. Again, if you are thinking that you are going to make a standard resume, this is what my resume is, irrespective of the fact, whatever job I am going to apply, then in such a case, you have to push it to the second page because you want to cover all the things. Okay, which is not a desirable practice to do. Definitely not a desirable practice to push it to 2 years, but to push it to 2 pages. But yes, you have to play with your content and then prioritize what is needed and what is not needed based on the job description. Some things you can keep stagnant or as a fixed one, that I'm not going to change this whatsoever it is, like your educational qualification and all other stuff. But when it comes to the experience part, you have to be dynamic and you have to play around the contents. Only then the tools will be able to highlight your resume. You can keep few keywords and then you have to do that. If there is no current vacancy but companies offer to leave the resume for future relevant opportunities, in that case, what should be the correct approach? Yeah, you can definitely do that. It will be there in their database. Many companies, as a best practice, they look at their database first, even though they have they have rolled out the job opportunities everywhere. They will look out for their database so that they can immediately start hiring people. They can immediately reach out to people, or sometimes they would have definitely liked that candidate, but due to some reasons, maybe the delay in project launching or the candidate refusing to join, something like that, or if they're not able to offer good things to client, they'll be keeping resume in their hand and they'll be like, what I could say, keeping it over there and then getting back to them whenever they are required. So that should be okay. There should not be a major concern regarding that. Will you please tell me, in this legal field, especially in firms, is there any specific number of internship we have to write in our resume for selection? like maximum or minimum, how many have to write? Yeah, Nikita, what happened like out of my experiences, I have seen people with very poor internships who have not at all done good internships. They have landed in very fancy jobs, and people who have done great internships, like, they struggle to find jobs. So it is not a rule that if you have good internships or more number of internships, it is easier to get a job. It definitely paves you a way. It definitely serves as a purpose that yes, this person has professional exposure, this person has professional skill, but it does not provide guarantee. Do not have I would say that personally, I will suggest maximum 4 to 5 internships, which you feel that it is good and you have done some value addition over there, and also it matches to the current job. You can mention that, but not more than that, where you have frequently done internship for 1 month at every place, because everybody knows that when you are interning just for 1 month, you will not be able to learn anything over there. So if you have lengthier internships, then definitely do mention it. And if you are a fresher who's recently looking for job, then definitely go for around 4 to 5 internships, a kind of lengthier internship. Yeah, I'll share the video recordings, and also I'll share the PPT also with all of you, so that you can go through the content over here. Yeah, any more questions? As a beginner with no experiences, yeah, Gaurav, just 1 minute. As a beginner with no experience, how should I, where is that? Yeah, how should I decorate my resume? See, your skills part, education part, everything will be the same thing. Okay, instead of work experiences, you can use your internships. That is the only change. Apart from that, there will not be any major changes. Professional summary, you can write that you have done internships and you are very much willing to learn more, all other stuff.
Ma'am, I had a doubt.
Yeah.
Ma'am, like you said, we have to mold a CV according to the JD. So, what should be the molding percentage? Like, can we make a drastic change in our work experience according to the JD?
No. See, work experience should be what it is there, because when they do the background check, they also ask a query that what was the work that was handled by you. So you can get inspired from the JD and you can match it with the work experiences, but do not write the content of the JD as your work experience.
Ma'am, can we take the help of ChatGPT for this or any other AI?
Take that, but not 100%. The reason for that is, there is something called as reverse, what is that? Reverse AI something. Yeah, I forgot the name of it. So wherein they find out whether this content was generated from ChatGPT or not. Many a times when they give this technical round of interview and all, people, if they for drafting of contract or for researching or something, people use ChatGPT and do it. In workplaces, especially in the legal domain, there is a big no-no for ChatGPT or any other open AI, because none of your information will be. So be very mindful regarding that. Even if you use ChatGPT or any open AI, do ensure that you give some human touch to it.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, this session was very much interactive. Any more question before I wind up the session? Yeah, and for the e-certificates, please do share a screenshot of this particular session so that we can issue it. Okay, so hello ma'am, my CV has a total of 4 pages. Could you please guide me with the total number of pages of CV included PhD full-time experience? I have done so many international conferences, paper presentation, competition, internships, college time achievements. Yeah, I believe that you are from teaching domain, if I'm not wrong. And yes, if it is from teaching domain, then it will definitely go up to 2 to 3 pages, depending on your international paper conferences, the paper presentation, article writings, and other stuff. So it's okay to have 2 to 3 pages, but 4 pages, you have to definitely come down with that. I would suggest you to reduce some of the internships and just highlight that you have done internship in these places. I think that would be serving the purpose. As you have a PhD and other paper presentation, the weightage will be given more on that rather than on the internships. So you can compromise on that part, and also a little part on the college time achievements. You know that things are very nice that we have good certifications, we have all these participations and all. But yes, somewhere the other, we have to prioritize what has more weightage and adjust our content accordingly. So try and get it to 3 pages. Yeah. Okay, so I hope there are no more questions. We are good to wind up.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being so active in this platform.
Thank you for the insights, ma'am. They are very helpful.
Thank you for your precious time and learning.
Thank you so much.